Because we all have the same 1,440 minutes per day. And when you subtract out the time for working, for sleeping, for commuting, and the time it takes you to do what you have to do each and every day of your life, most people are left with just 1 to 2 hours remaining to do what they really want to do. But then the question is, do they have the money to do it? And so this whole idea when people say, well, money doesn't matter, I don't really need that. You know what blows my mind when people tell me, oh, I don't want to be a millionaire. You know, I don't want to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. That blows my mind because I don't understand what that means. How do you define comfortable? But what's the number? Right? Now, I'll tell you though, that's generally language of a woman. That's good. That's good. I'm saying that I've been in environments with nothing but women where they've been in business, but literally there's no realization of dollars and cents. And then it's really bad for people that call themselves people of the faith. So what's really crazy is that you got the people of the world that apply godly principles and have access to all that's available, and then you have the people of faith that won't.
The thing that I find interesting with that statement as well, because that's not me. I would say on that one, is that if you're saying that you don't want abundance, then what is that saying when God has already given it to? It's like it's already available. That's our birthright. That's what we're supposed. That's where we're supposed to be living. You know what I'm saying? And to say I don't want it, it's kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? It's already who you are. If you embrace that, you know, if you embrace that and you're living in really truth, that Christian versus believer, then you already believe that that's where you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the God that you serve.
How about that's where you already are?
Oh, exactly, that way you already are. And now all you have to do, kind of like what Justine and I were talking about, is now you just have to go and employ the principles to achieve, to live it out, to manifest it, I should say, in the natural, because it's already manifesting the spiritual.
Yeah. And let's make it real like this. Your house already has food in it.
Right.
Your parent already brought and went out and got the food. And they put it in the pantry. They put it in the refrigerator. And it's already there. And all you got to do is get up and go to the refrigerator.
Right.
Cook your meal.
If you need to cook it.
Right.
Just go get it.
Right.
Now, if you got to cook it, what that means is you got to prepare for it. Huh? You got to prepare for it. You got to renew your mind. I'm talking about translation. Like I said, my skills and my gifting is being able to take knowledge but understanding. So I want to bring it to you from a different dimension. You can recognize what it looks like to have food in your house. And you know what it means if you got stuff in your pantry that needs to be cooked. Okay, well, God has something already for you that is already there because you're already prepared for it. Then you go right into the refrigerator and you just grab it and you go ahead and consume it. Right. But if it's got something for you that you say that you want lasagna, well, that means you can't go just get it out of the pantry and say now you have lasagna to eat it. No, you got to actually now have the actual recipe, and then you got to go do something, and you got to let time take place so that you then create the meal, so that then you can consume the meal.
That's right.
You see? See, this right here has something where it's lasagna. You got to do some work. This right here is where lasagna is at. You got to do some work. This right here is where there's lasagna at. You got to do some work. This right here is where there's lasagna at. You got to do some work. See, all those things that that is already there for us, we may not have it, and many don't have it because they don't recognize that there's work that has to be done and that there's a process that they have to go through in order to get to it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So it's right there.
I want to add to that. It will make us richer if we go in there and prepare the lasagna. But some of our mentalities is to go to the store to get the microwavable. because we don't want to put that much work in. We want to take the easy way out. So we're willing to settle for the easy solution. And that's where we fall off at.
Here's a note for you. At West Point, we said we choose to do the harder right over the easier wrong. Make a note of that.
That's good. That's good.
That's right. That's right. The harder right over the easier wrong. If you apply that in every area of your life, are you choosing to do easier wrong over the harder right? Which one is a reflection of your character? Character, choosing to do the harder right over the easier wrong. Character is a reflection of your ability and your willingness to do the harder right over the easier wrong. Character, choose character over reputation. Choose character over reputation. Thank you for that, Linnell. Anyone else? Yes, please, Cheryl.
The one thing I got out of it when they were talking about habits, it said that habits are going to happen, whether it's good or bad.
And it's just good. It's not even one. It's a habit. It's not even good or bad. It's just habit.
So we have to choose which habit we're going to allow to form. Just like in God's word, He says, "I give you the choice of life and death."
Wow.
But just in case you're slow, He says, "Choose life."
Right.
So the same thing, even with our habits, we have to choose which habits are going to come in our life. So sometimes that's what I could get, because I get so busy in my day, but I have to make sure I'm choosing the right habits if I want to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish in my year.
Wow. What would help you to do that?
Focus. I have to get up every day, write down what I want to accomplish that day, and make sure I stay focused on what I have on that paper. Because otherwise, I'll let stuff happen and life happen, and then I'm pushing back the things that I need to get done to fulfill what other people ask me to do.
Okay. What else would help you?
Accountability.
Right?
Yes.
Isn't that critical? Yes, sir. At different points, you all take some snapshots, especially if you ever see Andrea and I in the same frame, because most of the time we have to trade off. Right.
I go to work on Saturday. I used to go to work on Saturday and read, go to Orange Pop Mall. I used to work at the mall. And every morning I go to work, I see these guys, this group of people, women, guys, riding these bikes. They always ride these bikes, like a group. And it's like every Saturday. And like God said to me, consistency. Because every time I go, get out, they're in a line, they're riding these bikes. They dressed up, their helmets and everything.
Wow.
And God said to me, consistency. I'm saying, He said, yeah, you got to be consistent about anything you do in life. It's got to become a habit. And I'll take it back to old people. You said, practice makes perfect. If you don't practice a thing, it will become a part of you. But the more you practice it, it becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
And
So,
it becomes easy.
yeah. Now, here's that little tweak. We got to make sure we get this right. It's not practice that makes perfect.
That's what.
Because it's actually, you can then create that habit of doing it perfectly wrong.
Right. That's
Right?
Right.
On the right thing.
That's right.
You see how that means when I say habit is just habit? It ain't good or bad.
That's right.
It's just habit.
Yeah.
So it's perfect practice that makes perfect, or perfect practice that makes it possible, or perfect practice that makes it, because perfect is really not the standard. You don't need to get to perfect.
Right.
You need to get to excellence.
Right.
But absolutely, consistency is the critical piece. How consistent are you? And how persistent are you? How consistent are you, and how persistent are you? Are you willing to push through? See something, Robert? You had something?
I didn't, but I do.
Okay.
I must have
It was like one of those, what's those things where they have to sign up? Auction, like an auction. I'm like, okay.
So, I'm developing a new habit, right? And it starts from the place of, Saturday morning can be a day of, Saturday day in general can be a day of complacency, right? We're talking training, right? It's Saturday, it's your day off, it's your day to chill back and do nothing. You can sleep in, right? Somewhat like I did this morning, right? However, right? Nate and Andrea didn't sleep in.
That's right.
They're here, right? They're serving, they're giving.
Right.
So I'm developing the new habit of making sure that my Saturday is not complacent, especially in the morning, right? Because if I come here and I support, right, those who are giving, right, then we can create a platform for others to come where they can change, where they can grow, where they can receive this amazing information, this growth process that we're all getting here with Nate and Andrea. And so with that said, I'm living in Saturday morning gratitude. We don't hear what all of you need.
Wow. Yep. Good deal. Good deal. All right.
Yeah, next week we just want to either.
Me either.
Makes my whole Saturday better, right? Matter of fact, it makes my whole Saturday through to the next Saturday better. How about that?
And that's the intent, right?
Right.
It's about those things. See, when you want to get to that stage where growth isn't something that you do begrudgingly. It's like, okay, what's the alternative? What is it? What would be a better use of your time than development?
Right.
What will give you the greatest return on investment than sowing into yourself? I mean, really reflect about that, about where the priorities are. It's like, and it really baffles my mind when people talk about, I'm doing something with my family today. Okay. What does that have to do with you doing something to grow? Why do you have that in a box? It's the same way to do with spirituality. I'm doing church today, and then as soon as I leave the church, then the shoulders slump down and say, oh, now I gotta go deal with the world on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right? It's like a box. It's there, I get to feel good, I get to praise God and jump up and down, but then it's done. It's a check, a box. That's not living in fullness every day. That's not living in fullness every day. So what you want to do is turn it into a lifestyle. It's got to be a lifestyle where literally it's like, oh, this is who I am. This is not what I do. This is just who I am. It would be unnatural for me to not want to learn something new. That would be unnatural for me. Because either you're growing or you're dying. Right? So that's it. Self-discipline. Anything else? Yeah.
Okay, so it's 9:13 now.
Oh, okay.
And I do want to.
Please.
Okay.
And so what it did is I started asking Andrew to just start to gather questions, and you guys can start doing that either beforehand or as soon as you walk in, and that way I can go rapid fire and address things that you may have specifically that you want to get.